Hi, I'm Annie and I'm the founder of Start to Stitch. I set up Start to Stitch originally to teach face-to-face classes pre-pandemic, but over the course of the pandemic, like many businesses, I pivoted to online teaching in order to fulfill the demands of the students who were booked onto my classes. It really quickly became apparent that this was a much better way of learning. Not only did they have ongoing access to pre-recorded, professionally recorded videos, which meant that they could refresh what they'd learned from lesson to lesson to lesson, but also they could learn in their own time and at their own pace. Why should you learn to sew? Well, why shouldn't you learn to sew? It's a question I would ask. Sewing is so many things. For me, it has been something that I've been doing since a tiny, tiny girl. I have experienced trauma in a number of ways throughout my life, and I really firmly believe that sewing has kept me on an even keel. There's something about it that gets me, certainly, and I know many others through talking to people in my community, into a real state of flow. It enables me to carve out time for myself. It enables me to be creative, exercise my creativity. It enables me to show the people I love how much I love them through handmade gifts. And in recent years, having battled eating disorders and body dysmorphia for quite some time, it's helped me feel so much better in my own skin. Making your own clothes is one of the most liberating and empowering things that you could do. And this is becoming increasingly a focus of what I do through Start to Stitch in the community that we're building. Fast fashion, or fashion in general, has been designed by people who don't know you, who don't know your body shape, to standard sizes that were standardized in the 1950s. We aren't the same bodies that we were in the 1950s. In fact, no two bodies are really identical. And we've all had those moments where we go and try something on in a changing room and we feel really rubbish about ourselves because it just doesn't look the way we'd like it to. Now, the problem in that instance isn't you. The problem is the clothing. But we've been so conditioned throughout life to believe that our bodies are the issue, that we need to lose more weight, that we need to, get slim around the hips, or we need to bulk up somewhere else, Negative connotations around a female body, muffin tops and booby and all sorts of things, pear-shaped. None of those contribute to making us feel any better. And obviously the older you get and the more children you have, the more your body changes, not to mention if you are have a disability or any other myriad of things that can affect the way our body is. So it's really important that we all recognise that these bad changing room experiences where we go away feeling really rubbish about ourselves actually are not our fault. They're the fault of clothes that are not designed for us and not designed with us and our bodies in mind. What stepping off the clothing buying cycle has done for me is given me back my body. It's given me back freedom. It's helped me feel better about myself. And not only that, it has enabled me to express myself in a way that I really just haven't been able to do before, because colours are set by trends, styles are set by trends, patterns are set by trends. So for me, why should you learn to sew? Because it will set you free. It's about finding a way, even if you're making one or two garments, it's about finding a way to say no to these kind of cultural and societal myths that encourage us to feel bad about ourselves when actually we have nothing to be feeling bad about. If you're not into making garments, then sewing will help your mental health. Having a hobby where you use your hands and you can get creative is scientifically proven to help your mental health. And so many of my community use sewing as a way to carve out time for themselves. I specifically have Friday afternoons and Friday evenings as my sewing time. I come out into my studio here. I put a podcast on, I make a cup of tea, sometimes I bring a gin and tonic, and I just hang out here and I make something. Sometimes I make a whole thing, sometimes I batch cut stuff, and it really is my happy place. It's a place for me to just escape and be me and use my brain and my hands and get back in tune with who I am outside of the kind of hustle and bustle of running a business and being a mum to two small children and walking the dog and doing the supermarket shopping and all of those things. I cannot speak highly enough of sewing as a way to improve your mental health and to contribute to mental and emotional well-being. So much so that it really is a fundamental building block of who we are at Start to Stitch and what we represent. We are all about a holistic approach to sewing. It's not just this is how you do a French seam and this is how you make a bound buttonhole. In fact, that's kind of incidental to what we're about. We're about helping people feel good in themselves, about their abilities. We know that learning as adults can be a hard thing. You know, when you're a child in school, you're like a sponge and you're used to absorbing things. Learning as an adult is a totally different kettle of fish. Our methods ensure that you can learn, you can feel supported, you immediately feel part of a community. And even if you never buy another course from us, as long as we live, you are always part of our family. And that's why Stitch Social exists as well. We really want people to start to feel better about themselves, whether it's through the simple act of stitching a cushion cover for their mum on Mother's Day, or whether they end up making a whole wardrobe of handmade clothes. All of these things will contribute towards your own sense of self-esteem and well-being. Plus, it's just really good fun, and through Stitch Social is a super sociable activity as well. So, what sets us apart from other online learning platforms? Well, mainly the access to community and tutor support, supporting you at whatever stage of your journey for as long as you need it. So rather than just sign you up to a course online that you have to work through at your own pace and in your own time without any hand-holding, we provide weekly drop-in Zoom calls to a tutor for as long as you need them, not just time limited, but for as long as you need them. And you also have lifetime access to your course or courses. We are unique in the support that we offer our students. You can access our courses through the dedicated digital academy, where you can also ask questions and we will respond within 24 hours. Each course also has its own dedicated Facebook group. So if you wanted to share photographs of potential problems you may have, those groups are also manned by myself and my team in order to provide a swift and speedy response. Our weekly Zooms are a really fun and sociable place. They don't involve very much live teaching. Occasionally I might do an on-the-spot demo or something like that if somebody has a question that requires me to show something or demonstrate something. But most of the time they are opportunities for you to ask questions which I can answer. People bring a glass of wine, a gin and tonic, a cup of tea. You might have noticed I'm rather partial to a gin and tonic, G&T. And it's a fabulous way to, again, feel connected to other members of the community. They're really friendly, fun places. And no matter what course you're doing, what stage you're at, what level of your learning, you are welcome to attend any or all of them week by week by week. One of the things that really makes us unique is the fact that we have a dedicated app. So you can access your course wherever you like, whenever you like, from pretty much any device you like. This really sets us apart from our other online course providers. This and the ongoing tutor support and the wonderful sense of community that we've built, it are really what makes a Start to Stitch experience like no other that you will get. We also believe that sewing education and learning a new hobby should be accessible for everybody, no matter what their financial ability. So we are one of very, very few online course providers that allow you to pay in instalments. We believe that our courses are extremely reasonably priced given the quantity of live tutor access that you get and the ongoing lifetime support you get to a tutor, which no other course platform provides you. But we also want to make it easy for you to be able to attend your courses. So we offer instalment payments on all of our courses and reduced bundles as well. Stitch Social is the kind of wider family that is part of the Start to Stitch society, really. It is an incredible place, and even if you don't sign up to one of our courses, I strongly recommend that you have a look and see what's going on there. I set monthly challenges in there in order to help push people's skill set, comfort zones, learn something new, have a go at something new. Those aren't compulsory, but they're really, really good fun. That's called Get Set Sew. That happens every single month. And there's a huge community of sewists there who inspire, share their makes, ask questions, even the most basic of question, you know, whatever your level of ability, you are welcome to be part of this incredible, incredible place. I call it my happy corner of the internet, and it truly, truly is. It's a really buzzy, friendly group, and it's fabulous for inspiration and learning. We really want to focus on delivering sewing skills and sewing education in a way that benefits our students. This isn't about us. This is always about you and what works for you.